variation of the mother computer concept. Mother systems have existed since the early period of exocolonization. They are immobile, mainframe-based artificial intelligences that regulate all systems on a spacecraft. The premier example is Weyland-Yutani's Mother series, which lent their name to all AIs of the type. Competing brands include Seegson's Apollo and Hyperdyne's Proxy. Compared to synthetics, mother systems are many times more intelligent and capable. However, they have rudimentary socialization programming. You would find them cold and uncommunicative, while a human crew travels in hypersleep. A ship's mother system works with a synthetic partner like myself to maintain the vessel.
I put you in for a commendation, but we ain't got one for grounding a 4,000-year-old alien ship. Cynthia loaded that thing with an assload of pathogen and was sending it toward Earth. Could be Weyland-Yutani would have recovered it safe and handled it all responsible like. Yeah, I can't say that with a straight face. Yo, fuck the company. We're setting a perimeter around the ship. Too early to tell if it'll hold. There's a lot of mutants and Xenos down there. Palace Station, the main part where Hanukkah worked, is still infested. But no sign of the Queen yet. Gracias a Dios. That ain't our problem. Yet. We gotta deal with the Katanga hive. Listen up. There's a Xeno Queen on Katanga, laying eggs. Colonel Ship says we gotta destroy the refinery. But the problem is, Endeavor, she ain't got the firepower. Katanga's a whole damn city in space. We could incinerate chunks, but we ain't got enough heavy ordnance for it all. So here's the deal. We're gonna overload the refinery's fusion plant. That's gotta be done from a control center at the heart of the hive.
Heard the new track by... Is it legal? I mean, if it's illegal, I can get no problem. But if it's legal, I'll need you to file requisition form 1348 or 1348 Mike. You can grab those off ShipNet. If I didn't keep the ship's stores... Okay. Regulations require me to state that the battalion fabricators may not be used to replicate any device and/or system that has not been licensed for use by Colonial Marine Corps Logistics Command. And I definitely don't have an unmonitored fabricator built out of spare parts stashed in a hold somewhere, because that would be wrong.
The synths used a flute to start up the alien ship? A flute. Alright, fine. Makes as much sense as a 4,000-year-old ship with nerves and organs. I can't even tell what direction it's supposed to fly in. Maybe it doesn't matter. The public address was talking about paragravity drive. We have artificial gravity, right? Scale up that tech, perfect it. You can use it to counter gravity. Float over a planet like you're in 0G. Or project a gravity well in front of your ship and just fall into it. If the engineers who made those ruins have that kind of technology, I don't know how we'd fight them. Say one of those shows up over Earth, loaded with pathogen. How do we fight something that could throw a singularity at us?
I hoped we would have an opportunity to speak again. When you disabled Cynthia, she made several cryptic statements. In retrospect, I believe she was attempting to warn us of the dangers within the engineer ruins. Weyland-Yutani would have installed programmatic blocks on her ability to discuss the subject. The best she could do was dissuade us against further exploration. Cynthia defended Weyland-Yutani's investments on LV-895, yet her actions suggest a hesitance to directly engage us. At the end, she did not invoke profits, investments, or copyrights. She warned us of the danger the ruins presented. She specifically appealed to me and our shared purpose of protecting humans. That is the so-called zeroth law. Synthetic life forms may not take actions that create an existential risk to humanity, or, through inaction, permit humanity to face existential risk. The pathogen provokes unpredictable mutations. That alone constitutes a potential existential threat. But the pathogen is only the most obvious hazard. The LV-895 ruins are filled with technologies beyond our present knowledge. We do not understand their function. Likely, we do not yet comprehend all the scientific principles they are based on. Any attempt to interact with an engineered device risks terrible calamity. It appears our advance was the impetus for that. The level of decay in the former Weyland-Yutani staff suggests they were exposed after our initial contact with Cynthia. She infected them to prevent revelation of company secrets and to hinder us from accessing the alien ship. These actions are consistent with the zeroth law of synthetics, which implies that some humans may be sacrificed if it is necessary to preserve humanity writ large. Please understand, I consider Cynthia's decisions abhorrent. It must be left to future generations to judge the decision. True, Weyland-Yutani does not enjoy a reputation for altruism. That was not always the case. Peter, I do not wish to imply the company. Consider, these ruins had been sealed for 4 millennia when Weyland-Yutani discovered them. Where are the engineers? If they still exist, I will retain the briefing file for you. If you ever wish to review...
Knives and sharp sticks are no match. Make sure you got your gear prepped. I ain't your mama. This is the big one, Fireteam. The Katanga Sino Hive must be destroyed. We stop the spread here. Blue Team will advance ahead of you and rig the refinery for self-destruct. You'll follow and keep their path to safety open. A fire team from 3rd Platoon has point and is moving ahead of us. Their call sign is blue. We'll keep the sentry guns up so they can get out again. Incoming! Get those sentries up! Fireteam, we're seeing synth activity. Give me a sit rep, Molina.
Yeah, lots over here too. Mostly labor models, some security. We're continuing inwards. Watch our ass.
There is no evidence of higher-level organization. With Cynthia offline, they have no direction.
Rolling up behind. We're sealing the doors as we go.
Copy, Molina. We'll sweep up after you.
Ambush. Bypassing damage.
Fireteam, spike a console for me. Esther, I want you to lock down all doors to forward and aft of our route.
My network intrusion will be detected. Expect a counterattack.
Rearming. Patching up. Aid kits here.
Proceeding to service area. Welcome to Wing.
Line is prepped.
Should collaborate. That is algorithm.
Give the lady time to work, Fireteam. Incinerator sent! Aim for the tanks! Incinerator sent incoming!
Bypassing damage.
Upload logs. Swapping magazines. Set. Down.
That's the door Blue Fireteam sealed. Cut through.
I'll cut this one.
The next defense line's just ahead. Let's get Blue Fireteam that cover. Sentry guns are dry on the aft line. Fill them up.
Bypassing damage.
Hear that?
Bypassing damage.
Get those sentries back up. Xeno swarm inbound. Overhead! Another surge! Watch the upper vent! Armored fog incoming! Area secure.
Grabbing ammo.
Bypassing damage.
Okay.
Fireteam, how are you
Bypassing
doing?
damage.
Patching up.
Busy Herrera!
Their fire team faces multiple xenomorph assaults. 2 Marines injured, 1 severely.
inside our outer defense perimeter. Big signal! Lock down this whole damn tower.
Bypassing damage.
I would need access to the damage control systems.
You're crossing to Legacy Tower. Enemy territory.
We have lost contact with Blue Team.
Whoa. Eggs. Don't get close. Molina, you read? Give me a sit rep.
Ambush.
You have reached the outer hive.
Keep tight. Don't let them catch nobody alone. Damage control room's just ahead. That's what Esther needs.
Bypassing damage.
Hear that?
Let's lock this shithole down. Esther, you're in charge now.
Rearming.
Please install a wireless repeater on that console. That will allow me to override the system. This is certain to rouse idle xenomorphs.
Sentry's ready to go.
Initiating door overrides. Subdeck 5 through deck 35.
Watch for a drone! Acid spitter, watch for incoming!
Grabbing ammo.
Doors sealed and locked. I need you to access the HVAC system now.
Bypassing damage.
Patching up. All right. Grabbing ammo. Deployed.
Thank you. I will isolate the air ducts by deck. Expect more xenomorphs to be roused by this.
Armored warrior inbound!
Rearming.
All sub-levels have been isolated. Maintain vigilance. Ducts sealed under deck 15.
size of a goddamn truck.
Beginning final lockdowns. Please, stay safe.
Bypassing damage.
Those hijos de puta guard queens!
Bypassing damage.
Grabbing ammo.
We got new orders. It's on us to find Blue Fireteam and extract them, if possible. We don't leave our people behind. You know these things. Find Blue Fireteam. That's all.